So begins the end for Darkseid.
I've never seen a being this strong. Maybe one. He's back.
I spent a lot of time trying to divide us. I made a promise to him on his grave. I need to bring us together. There are enemies coming from far away.
They serve an old power.
This world is divided. No protectors here. No lanterns. No Kryptonium. It will fall in his name. I have turned worlds to dust. All of existence shall be mine.
I have a second chance. I am not gonna waste it.
He said the age of heroes would never come again.
Fighting the devil and his army. You know,
I don't care how many demons he's fought and how many hells. He's never fought us united.
It's time to stand. Fight. The time is now.
What's up, guys? Comics Bro here. This is going to be a crazy week with the debut of Zack Snyder's Justice League and Marvel's The Falcon and the Winter Soldier. So be sure to subscribe and ring that bell to make sure you get updates from the channel. Now let's break down the final trailer for Zack Snyder's Justice League before its big debut this Thursday on HBO Max in all its 4K Ultra HD glory. First off, like all of his recent trailers for the film, it's not in the usual theatrical widescreen aspect ratio, but rather in that boxy 1.33:1 aspect ratio with two black bars on the left and right. That's because Snyder optimized the film for IMAX screens, and if you notice, IMAX screens are far more boxy than your typical Dolby Digital widescreen aspect ratio of 1.85:1 found in most theaters. But let's jump right into the trailer itself, which is very meta and has so many self-referential means with respect to Darkseid, Superman, and of course, most importantly, the director, Zack Snyder. The trailer opens with the ominous voice of Darkseid declaring, "So begins the end." For Darkseid, he's referring to the end of an independent sovereign Earth. But for Zack Snyder, he's referring to the fact that he believes this to be his final DCEU film, with almost no chance of him making any sequels. From there, we see Darkseid's uncle, Steppenwolf, who leads Darkseid's army, bowing before Darkseid back on his home planet of Apocalypse. Next to Darkseid, we see the very first glimpse in the DCEU, or at least the so-called Snyderverse, of Darkseid's disciples, DeSaad and Granny Goodness. It's more than likely that we may see a very different Granny Goodness in Ava DuVernay's New Gods film, which is currently in pre-production. We then hear Wonder Woman note that she's never seen anyone so powerful. It's not clear if she's referring to Steppenwolf or Darkseid himself, but then she qualifies her statement by saying that there might be one other who might be as powerful, while the trailer pans to a revitalized Superman. From there, we get a glimpse of Batman standing on his massive bat tank in what looks like another Knightmare scene about a future Earth where Darkseid reigns. That bat tank is of course straight out of Frank Miller's groundbreaking comic, The Dark Knight Returns. We hear Bruce Wayne's guilt-ridden monologue about how he divided rather than united the heroes of Earth. And of course, he's right to blame himself, as he spent most of the last film in the Snyderverse, 2016's Batman v Superman, ripping into quote-unquote aliens and foreigners, in this case Kal-El, aka Superman. It's partly because of his anti-immigrant and xenophobic stance in that film that makes it easy for someone like Steppenwolf to come back and try his hand at invading the Earth once again after 1,000 years. When Bruce says, "I need to bring us together," with unity clearly being the main thrust of the film, we catch glimpses of all the major players in Justice League. Cyborg, Flash, Aquaman, Wonder Woman, and from there it segues into their opposition. Darkseid and Steppenwolf, who also crave unity, but a different kind of unity, the unity of the Mother Boxes. We see the Mother Box, guarded by the Amazonians of Themyscira, wake up after a millennium. From there, the montage segues to Steppenwolf creating his earthbound, red-hued lair, followed by the actual unity of the 3 Mother Boxes. Steppenwolf ominously says, quote, "This world is divided. No protectors here. No lanterns. No Kryptonian here. It will fall in his name," end quote. And of course, in his name means Darkseid. By lanterns, he means the Green Lanterns, and by Kryptonian, he means Superman. And while he's saying this, we see the history of the last time Darkseid and Steppenwolf invaded Earth, when all of Earth's heroes, humans, Amazons, Atlanteans, Olympic gods, and some of the Green Lantern Corps, banded together to defeat them. We catch a glimpse of Wonder Woman's father, the Greek god of Zeus, using his lightning bolts to attack. We see Earth's Green Lantern of the 10th century, Yalan Gur, who's actually the Green Lantern of Sector 2814, battling alongside the other heroes. Darkseid himself then says, quote, "I have turned worlds to dust. All of existence shall be mine," end quote, referring to his grand plan to conquer the universe by eliminating all hope and free will in sentient beings. The trailer in this regard does a great job of establishing Darkseid as the big bad here. We then hear Clark Kent utter, "I have a second chance. I'm not going to waste it." Of course, this has a double meaning. Yes, Superman Kal-El has a second chance at life now that he's been resurrected in the film. But this is very meta. It's very self-referential for Zack Snyder, as it also refers to the film itself and the disastrous reception that the then Frankenstein version of the film, reshot by Joss Whedon, received back in 2017. For Snyder, this is his second chance for his version of the film to see the light of day. And it's no surprise that Superman here is wearing the black version of his costume, as opposed to the super bright, super overly saturated Technicolor blue and red costume he wore in Whedon's version of Justice League. In a way, the colorful, almost cheerful traditional costume of Superman is representing the Warner Brothers bosses, who ordered Zack Snyder to lighten up the tone of the film, add those stupid cheap comedic elements to the film, all the vulgar, over-the-top nonsense that Whedon ended up trying to incorporate in his version of the film. But this is Snyder's film, and Superman's black costume is a symbolic rejection of all the things that the Warner Brothers bosses at that time demanded of Zack. We see Superman absorbing the rays of the yellow sun, which of course is how he gets his powers. Wonder Woman then says, "They said the age of heroes would never come again." Kind of like how many people said no one would ever see the Zack Snyder cut of the film. That's followed by the very first glimpse of Darkseid using his infamous Omega beams in what looks like a battle in Atlantis. Since we know that Darkseid himself doesn't invade Earth in the film, we can only guess that this might be in the epilogue of the film, when he successfully does invade Earth. You might ask, just what are Darkseid's Omega beams? Well, Darkseid derives some of his power from the Omega effect energy, and this enables him to emit those cool zigzag Omega beams, which are concentrated bioelectric beams fired from his eyes that lock onto a target and go zigzag, ensuring that they hit their intended target no matter where they are. They're powerful enough to damage Kryptonians like Superman, and fast enough to catch speedsters like the Flash. In this scene, it seems like he's targeting an Atlantean swimming behind him, and it might actually be Aquaman. From there, we get a montage of scenes that appear to be very reminiscent of scenes from the theatrical version. Batman then summarizes the central theme of the trailer: unity and cooperation with, quote, "I don't care how many demons he's fought in how many hells. He's never fought us united," end quote. We see the Flash using the Speed Force, Cyborg pleading with his father not to sacrifice himself, Superman punching Steppenwolf, Cyborg locking and loading, and then there's this interesting shot of the Flash using his Speed Force powers on Cyborg to what looks like healing a gravely injured and greatly damaged face of Cyborg. It's unclear whether the Flash is shifting the space-time continuum to do this, but we'll find out in the film itself on Thursday. Another curious shot is Martha Kent with red eyes. Some have speculated that this really isn't Martha Kent, but actually Martian Manhunter. I think that might be possible, considering that Zack Snyder has already revealed that Martian Manhunter is indeed in the film. But it could also be Martha Kent being under Darkseid's control in some dystopian future in the epilogue of the film. The one where Darkseid is successful in defeating Earth using the anti-life equation. We get another shot of Jared Leto's Joker from a future Knightmare sequence. And by the way, some leakers have already revealed that he never actually says the infamous "we live in a society" quote, like he did in one of the prior trailers from some weeks ago. And of course, there's the obligatory and famous scene of the reunited Justice League enjoying the sunrise after successfully defeating Steppenwolf. That's probably in the last of the 6 chapters of the film, right before the ominous 15-minute epilogue sequence. So tell me in the comments down below all your crazy theories and predictions for the film. Be sure to like and share the video too. But in the meantime, click to the right for my Wonder Woman 1984 Ending Explained video, and click to the left for my James Gunn Suicide Squad 2 video. Peace out. This is Comics Bro.